Have you ever noticed how some women, regardless of age or convention, possess a gravity that younger men, even the avoidant ones, cannot escape? They are not trying to impress. They don't chase. They don't cling. And yet, something about them makes a man look back and look again. This is no accident. It is not a coincidence. It is a rhythm, a vibration, an energy cultivated through inner alchemy. Today I'll reveal 8 habits that make an older woman utterly unforgettable to the very man most women find impossible to reach, the younger avoidant. And stay with me until the end, because habit number 8 is not just powerful, it is transformative. She embraces her shadows, not just her light. An irresistible older woman has stopped performing perfection. She no longer hides her fears, her wounds, or her mistakes. She doesn't pretend to be 25. She radiates from the richness of 45, or 50, or 60. She's met her shadows in the mirror, and instead of fighting them, she's danced with them. Avoidant men sense this immediately. They are drawn to women who are comfortable with the full range of their emotional spectrum. Why? Because he himself is afraid of intimacy, and a woman who has befriended her own vulnerability creates a space where he can safely explore his. She doesn't overwhelm him with emotion. She simply holds it without apology. She lives by her inner compass. An avoidant man fears control. He fears losing himself in someone else's world. But an irresistible older woman asks nothing from him. She doesn't chase his attention. She doesn't collapse when he pulls away. Because her life is not built around his, she is not driven by fear, but by her own compass. She knows where she's going, with or without him, and that makes her mesmerizing. She becomes the mystery he cannot solve, the presence he cannot forget. While other women make him feel trapped, she makes him feel free. Not because she sacrifices herself, but because she refuses to abandon herself. She flirts with the world, not just with him. She is not obsessed with one man. She is in relationship with life itself. Her laughter is real. Her curiosity is wild. She talks to the barista like an old friend, dances while making coffee, and compliments strangers with no hidden agenda. She doesn't need a man's gaze to feel alive. She brings her own fire. And the avoidant man, accustomed to women who make him the sun, suddenly feels something he's never felt. A woman who glows without him. And that glow? It becomes the thing he cannot stop thinking about. She speaks with silence as much as with words. While most chase connection with conversation, the irresistible older woman knows the power of pause. She doesn't rush to fill the space. She listens with her eyes. She allows silence to stretch, not awkwardly but intimately. And in that silence, she communicates something profound. I am not afraid of you, or of myself, or of what may rise between us. Avoidant men are often overwhelmed by intensity, but her stillness is a balm. It calms his nervous system and draws him in without pressure or demand. She refuses to earn love. The younger avoidant man often plays a dangerous game, come close, then pull away. But the irresistible older woman no longer auditions for love. She's done with proving. She's done with performing. If he pulls away, she doesn't chase. If he grows cold, she doesn't warm him. She meets his distance with her own clarity. I will not beg to be chosen. This stance, not born of ego, but of self-respect, activates something dormant in him, the understanding that she will never betray herself to keep him. And for the first time, he begins to question, what am I afraid of losing? She cultivates her own pleasure. She no longer waits for a man to make her happy. She surrounds herself with beauty, not for show, but for joy. Her home feels like a sanctuary. Her evenings a ritual. She buys herself flowers, wears silk for no occasion, takes herself to dinner, and moans over chocolate like it's poetry. She is sensual, not sexualized. She owns her body, not for male consumption, but as a sacred temple, of her soul. And this relationship with herself, it's electric. The avoidant man, who is often numb to his own feelings, finds himself drawn to her aliveness because she reminds him of everything he secretly longs for, but doesn't know how to hold. She plays with polarity, not power. She doesn't need to compete with a man. She understands polarity, the magnetic dance between masculine and feminine energy. She doesn't try to dominate or submit. She surrenders to flow. She lets him lead when he leads with honor. She leads herself when he cannot. She doesn't emasculate him, but neither does she diminish herself. This balance of strength and softness, of invitation without expectation, makes her profoundly rare. And rare women are unforgettable. The younger avoidant man, so used to women who try to control, suddenly feels both free and inspired. He senses he's not just desired, he's respected, and that changes everything. She chooses herself first every time. This is the final key, the secret code. The most irresistible older woman has made a vow. I will not abandon myself, not for love, not for longing, not even for the man who makes my heart race. She chooses herself, not once, but every single day, in her decisions, in her relationships, in her time, her rest, her dreams. And from this devotion to herself comes a radiant peace. She doesn't try to be the one. She is the one to herself. And that, paradoxically, is what makes him want to choose her too. Not because she needs him, but because she doesn't. Not because she demands it, but because her presence invites him to rise. So, my dear woman, older, wiser, deeper. You don't need to chase a younger avoidant man. You don't need to fix him. You don't need to make him see your worth. Just live it, embody it. Choose yourself again and again and again. Because the moment you do, the very moment you come home to yourself, you become the woman who doesn't just hook his attention, but awakens his soul. And that is irresistible. As Carl Jung once said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. So become her, not for a man, not to be chosen, but because the truth of who you are is aching to be lived. In that truth, you are untouchable, unforgettable, unmistakably magnetic. You become the woman who is not waiting for love to arrive, but living as love embodied. And from that place, you don't seduce with effort, you attract by essence. You move through the world as a flame, and the right soul will come, not to extinguish you, but to burn beside you,